So I was browsing Reddit the other day, as one does when you're obnoxious and single, case in point. Moi. And stumble across a post. How come there's no Pikmin creepypastas? Fair question. I looked and found nothing. And then it hit me. Maybe there aren't any creepypastas because Pikmin is already terrifying. Horrible war crimes, eldritch horrors, Louis, stale cereal. Let me explain. Pikmin's life cycle? Holy bejesus, is this messed up. During a normal run of Pikmin, you can expect to lose dozens or even hundreds of Pikmin. They can drown, get burnt, or be eaten alive. So you shrug and think, they're just plants. No diggity, no doubt. Then, why do they scream when they die? Why do little ghosts float away? Could it be they're sentient beings capable of suffering? And that's why the ethical implications of using living plants is just plain grain wrong. Ha! Take that, vegans! But to really drill how sickening by John Abramson, it really is, just picture this. Imagine yourself in the middle of the jungle. It's filled with monsters, and the only thing between you and them is an army of toddlers. Small, snack-sized, scoliosis-ridden toddlers. You're weighing what to do in the situation, and then wham! A giant bipedal monster comes sprinting at you, razor-sharp teeth, no arms, and yeah, I'm describing a T-Rex. The game is basically Jurassic Park with a different texture pack. Consider this. The term Jurassic is derived from the Jura Mountains, named after the Celtic root Jor, meaning wooden mountain. Now juxtapose that with Pikmin, a name that in Japanese combines pik, an onomatopoeic term for something trembling, and min, meaning people. When you phonetically blend pik and min, it sounds remarkably like Pikmin, the trembling people, just like the people in Jurassic Park. Coincidence? I think not. But that's not all. After researching for this video, I found something even more disturbing. Turns out, lurking in the code of the game was math. Oh no. How will I ever cross the street without knowing the quadratic formula? But also, the idea of a new Pikmin concept. Just the code by itself isn't enough though. But when you pair it with some old concept art, the picture, pun intended, becomes clear. Turns out, Nintendo was planning a horrifying Pikmin concept. To put it simply, you throw this Pikmin at monsters and they infect them, taking over their brains, their movement, basically turning them into zombies. Like in The Last of Us, they're zombies from The Last of Us. It's the last time I'm buying my nieces a Nintendo game. But even though the parasitic Pikmin didn't make the cut, the idea stuck around as a Bulbmin. As you can see by the little stem growing out from their head, a mini version of the bulb orb you can take under your command. Its notable ability being that it's resistant to all elemental damage. It's basically Jinkies. And I thought Majora's whole world ending in 3 days was intense. Because you know, nothing says family-friendly Nintendo like flesh-eating zombies. Then we have the logs, a collection of data. I know, boring, nerd alert. But if you actually read them, it gets a little disturbing. Like, check this one out, where Olimar himself admits to how horrifying Pikmin look when they die. And it's not just horrifying. In some logs, Olimar also points out how innocent their faces look. Like imagine actual tiny children staring at you while, you know, you accidentally end up in the worst vacation spot ever. In fact, he literally says this. Ah, yes. It brings the face of my children to mind. But does he actually stop? Heck no, poopy pants. Olimar's gotta save his company from a massive debt. And why, you may ask? Because Louis ate all the golden carrots. Yes, actually. Really? Because I guess fixing the company's finances is more important than the lives of the whimsical, childlike creatures on this alien planet. I mean, who cares if they die? Olimar sure doesn't. Because when you learn about the horrifying cycle of Pikmin's death, your reaction isn't so much, that's messed up. It's more like, oh my god, you guys are super cute when you're dying. Please scream, please, I love it. I need to get myself mentally checked. And here's the worst part. There's literally nothing the Pikmin can do. I don't know if it's because they imprint on Olimar like a duck, or because he's basically their cult leader, but they will follow him. If he says jump into the fire, they jump. If he says go fight that 20-foot monster, they fight. If he says go and watch every single YouTube ad for me, they will. Unapologetically. It's total submission, total death. Or alive! Just look at the size of those things! One of my biggest fears is actually the ocean. And although I have a very wide list of reasons why, one of the things at the top is the thought of a great white swallowing me whole. Like a single M&M jam tucking snack size. One bite, goodbye, flipping in the tide when my dignity just dies. Crunch, munch, lunch. Ah. And that's exactly the kind of fate Pikmin run into way too often. But swallowing isn't that bad. That's what she said. Compared to what the other creatures in this game will do. They range from looking like your asshole niece's drawings to something that would turn you mad faster than a peanut butter jiffy. And nothing's more messed up than the water wraith. a creature, which names means water, because it's made of water, and raid, because it's like a ghost. Gosh, super creative, Nintendo. You really pulled the same level of effort as fucking Tarman and Dollman from Death Stranding. Boy, that game sucks. But the water raid isn't only mechanically insane, being able to instantly turn you into Pikmin confetti, but it also cranks up the creep factor to 11 as it stalks you before attacking. The ship even chimes in like, yeah buddy, that's from the Ligma dimension. Lick my balls. It's got the same energy as those peeping toms in Mario Galaxy. Oh my god, perverts. And if that wasn't creepy enough, the Pikmin sing his theme song. But in the end, everything seems to be meaningless. You stomp through forests, watch tiny creatures die in terrifying ways, and nothing. There's no story, no more lessons to be learned, no host. They're just replaced. And this got me thinking, why don't we notice this? Why don't we feel the horror? Why do we accept their deaths as normal? Well, the most obvious reason is the fact of the whole art style mismatch. I mean, the game uses bright colors, cute designs, and soft music, as if it were tucking you into bed before delivering a sucker punch. It's like the land before time all over again. Adorable freaking dinosaurs until boom! Mom's dead, the world's dying, and please! Someone stop this! I'll lick your feet! There's also what I like to call the Nintendo effect, where they've conditioned players to expect innocent and charm. Everything is designed to feel as wholesome as a puppy wearing a sweater, sipping hot cocoa while hiding a knife behind its back. The most obvious example being Kirby. Ah yes, Kirby, get him, don't let him get away. Who's a good boy? Who's a good? The fact that it's a game also undermines the darkness. I mean, people do horrendous things to NPCs all the time. Whether it be tying a woman and tossing her to alligators, ramming a guy with a motorbike, or even forcing an NPC to marry someone who looks just like you. Because I obviously didn't do that. I mean, who the hell wants to feel super disturbed when playing a Nintendo game? My lord, would Nintendo be the first one to tell you about that? But that's just the theory. A game theory. Stop, you can't say this. Pat just wanted to. Can't, sorry. Because at the end of the day, bright and cheerful worlds can hide the darkest stories. Just because something seems cute, it doesn't mean it's safe. Just because it's whimsical, it doesn't mean it's harmless. And just because it's blue, da-ba-dee-da-ba-da, doesn't mean it's bad. You think Kirby's just a pink puffball? Nope. He's a predator. He eats little gods. Mario literally crushes animals under his heel. And Pikmin murder just as much as they get murdered. But why? Oh my god, it's all been here the whole time. Nintendo's been training us, preparing us, but for what? Guys, I figured it out! Nintendo is actually... If you want to watch another wacky video, click the video above. And in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and God, I love Nintendo.